Hello and welcome to the Liberty is Essential podcast. This is episode 3. My name's Donald Rainwater, and we're going to try something a little bit different today. Instead of doing one episode that lasts 60 minutes, we're going to do 4 separate episodes, each one about 15 minutes in length, which gives you, the viewer, a better opportunity to focus in on the one topic that we're going to talk about in each one of these episodes, if you will, instead of having to listen to the entire 60 minutes or stopping and then trying to figure out where you left off and starting over. So we're going to try that and see what the response is from this type of format. I think people will appreciate a shorter 15-minute duration focusing on one topic. And so today is February the 16th. It's a Tuesday. If you're a resident of the state of Indiana, that means that you probably spent most of your morning shoveling snow to be able to get out of the driveway or get out of the garage, because we got about 9 to 10 inches of snow throughout at least most of central Indiana. I know that's what my wife and I did this morning, was we shoveled a lot of snow. And so today we want to talk about some things that have been here again going on down at the Indiana General Assembly. We're going to start off with a familiar topic with a new resolution number. State Representatives Kurt Nisley, Jacob, have introduced again what is now House Concurrent Resolution 15. And I will make this really simple for you. I'll just read a concurrent resolution terminating the public health emergency first declared on March 6, 2020. In Executive Order 20-2. And as we read down through here, of course, the resolution talks about all of the times that Governor Holcomb renewed the public health emergency. And then at the end of the resolution, the important part: be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the General Assembly of the State of Indiana, the Senate concurring, that the General Assembly terminates the public health emergency that was originally declared by the governor on March 6, 2020, and renewed for an 11th time on January 30th, 2021, effective immediately upon the passage of this resolution by the Senate. That the General Assembly determines that any actions taken by the governor or any requirements issued by the governor pursuant to his authority under an emergency declaration are also hereby terminated. That copies of this resolution be transmitted by the principal clerk of the House of Representatives to Governor Eric Holcomb. So what does this mean, first of all? What it means is really very simple. It means that by resolution, by concurrent resolution of both the House and the Senate in the Indiana General Assembly, they can terminate the governor's emergency declaration, which he has used to implement all of the other executive orders that he has used to close churches, close businesses, restrict the hours that businesses can be open, determine which businesses can operate normally versus the businesses that must do curbside service or reduced capacity. All of these things, mask mandates, all of these things would be done, stopped, because the emergency would no longer exist. Notice that I mentioned in here that it says that he has renewed this for the 11th time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been under a state of emergency with this governor for 12 months. 12. There is no longer any need for a state of emergency. This is a virus. It acts like a virus, and we know how viruses work. There's no need for an emergency. There's a vaccine. There's no need for an emergency declaration. This is an exercise in power. And this House Concurrent Resolution, introduced by State Representatives Nisley, Jacob, and I believe Borders as well. Let me double check that. Yes. These three state representatives have introduced this, and it has again been sent by Speaker of the House, Todd Houston, to the Committee on Rules and Legislative Procedures, which means it again lands in the lap of State Representative Daniel Leonard, I believe. Let me double check that as well. Rules and Legislative Procedures. Yes, the chair is Representative Daniel Leonard. The vice chair is Representative Holly Sullivan, who happens to be, according to, I believe, the Indianapolis Star or the Indianapolis Business Journal, I'm not sure which, one or the other has Representative Holly Sullivan on the short list to be appointed Secretary of State by the governor. Sounds like she may be voting already a certain way on this if it's brought up in committee. Of course, the problem is it won't be brought up in committee. We know that because Representative Leonard has been told this isn't supposed to be brought into committee. This isn't supposed to be voted on. This isn't on our radar because the members of the Indiana General Assembly, regardless of what they said during the summer, do not have the backbone to stop an emergency declaration that has been renewed 11 times for a total of a year of an emergency. That's not an emergency. There's no way. If folks, let me be clear. If the people running the state of Indiana are still in a state of emergency over this virus after a year, we have the wrong people running the state of Indiana. Now, I'm not, again, don't get me wrong. The virus is real. The virus is serious. There are many, many reasons to take the virus seriously. Did not say that there weren't. What I said was, if the state of Indiana still needs to be in a state of emergency after 12 30-day periods, the wrong people are running the state of Indiana. And yes, you're more than welcome to say that I'm biased because I ran for governor of the state of Indiana. But think about it. A state of emergency has lasted for a year. Not a month, not a quarter, a year. And so what we have is we have an opportunity to, again, let our voices be heard. Contact the office of Representative Daniel Leonard, and I'll share this with you. His phone number, 1-800-382-9841. You can send an email by clicking right over here. Go out, find the page, and let Representative Leonard know you want this concurrent resolution brought to a vote in committee. It's the least they can do when they said that they would do something about this ongoing emergency declaration and all of these executive orders. It's a time when they can show whether they represent you or represent the governor. They were elected to represent you. But the way they act, they represent him. They've got his back, not yours. And if that's the case, and if that's the way you feel, then you need to let Representative Leonard know that if he's got the governor's back, but not the citizens' back, that the citizens will find someone else in 2022 to represent them in the Indiana General Assembly. So this is our episode 3. This is our 15-minute segment. The time kind of went fast, but I think we covered exactly what it was that I wanted to make sure that we covered with you, that you had the opportunity to know that here again on February 16th of 2021, there is a concurrent resolution to end the state of emergency, to stop all of the mandates and all of the harassment by county health departments of businesses that are just trying to stay in business, keep people employed. That's all they're trying to do. And all they ask is that government get off their back. And this concurrent resolution is a huge step in that direction. So we ask you, go out, contact Representative Daniel Leonard, call his office, send him an email, let him know HCR 15 needs to be brought to a vote in his committee, and it needs to happen next week. Not on the last day of session, but next week. We need movement, and we need commitment by our representatives. Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. My name's Donald Rainwater, and I'll see you again soon.